Happy day all, I am Dr. D. Bhuvaneswari, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics. Today's presentation is all about an time series analysis and forecasting. Purpose behind this presentation is to give an overview of time series with example. Let us talk about a time series. In simple, time series is a way of looking how the variable changes over a time. Let us see one example. Imagine you are collecting the temperature of your city regularly, means that set of value forms a time series. Let us see a definition of time series. Time series is a sequence of data points that are collected at a regular time intervals. What make a time series unique? Here each data is connected with a specific time and the data is collected at a regular intervals like hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly or yearly. For example, you can take a hour-wise electricity consumption in a households, daily closing price of a stocks, weekly footfall of a customer in the retail store, etc. Let us look into a real-time examples of time series in various fields. Consider economic indicators like GDP, inflation and stock prices. By tracking all this information, we can predict a trend and able to predict a future values. Next, take a weather data like temperature, rainfall, wind speed in your city. By collecting all this information, we can predict a weather pattern and a climate change. Finally, in the business world, company monitors the monthly sales, quarterly profit and footfall of the customers. This time series data help us to find a pattern, future demand and optimize a business process more efficiently. Next, we are going to see one more example on a time series with the numerical data. Here the numerical data represents the monthly sales of a retail store. From this data, using a time series, we can show how the sale vary from month to month and also able to predict a trend. Here for this data, it is overall an upward trend. We can also estimate the upcoming month sales. Let us look at the importance of time series. The time series data help us to understand the past behavior of the data. Once we recognize the pattern of the data, it able to predict the future values. Next, it is also useful for planning and decision making. If you are able to find the regular and the cyclic variation, we can deduct a trend, pattern and seasonality. Next, we are going to see the four components of a time series. First one is the secular trend, seasonal variation, cyclic variation and irregular variation. Let us see in detail. Secular trend. Secular trend is a long-term movement that happens over a period of a time. It can go upward like a steady rise or downward like a gradual fall. This variation do not focus on a short-term ups and down. Instead of it, it highlights the general direction in which the data moves in over a time. Some causes for a secular trend are economic development, technological growth, urbanization and change in the lifestyles of the people. Next, we are going to see examples. For instance, consider a usage of a mobile phones. You see the usage of a mobile phone has been increased in the last 2 decades. So, it is an example for overall upward trend. On the other hand, we are going to see an example for downward trend. Consider this landline phone usage. It has been steadily declined due to a smartphones. Next, we are going to see a seasonal variation. Seasonal variation are changes that happen at a regular time intervals within a year. These are influenced by seasons, festivals, cultural habits. If you consider the ice cream sales in the summer month, it will be get increased due to a hot weather. In the same case, we can see a Air conditioner sales from the month of April to June, it is also get increased. So, seasonal variation is a changes that happen at a regular intervals within a year. Next, we are going to see the cyclic variation. Cyclic variation are a recurrent movement or repeated movement that last for more than a years. Cyclic variation do not follow a fixed or regular in timings as in a seasonal variation. It is closely related to a economic condition or business cycle which go through the phases like boom, recession, depreciation and a recovery. For example, the economy grows steadily, then decline and later recovery. This up and down movement are cyclic in nature. Cyclic variation affect employment, income, sales, etc. over a time. Next, we are going to see a irregular variation. Irregular variation are unexpected, unpredictable and short-term fluctuations. They do not follow any patterns, but this variation caused by uncontrollable factors like natural disasters, strikes and pandemic. Let us see an example for this variation. A sudden drop in travel and tourism in a COVID-19 is an example for irregular variation. Next, we are going to see a time series model. There are two time series model. One is a additive model, another one is a multiplicative model. Formula for additive model is y equal to t plus s plus c plus i. Here, y represent the observed value over a time and s is a seasonal variation, c is a cyclic variation and I is a irregular variation. And this model is suitable when the magnitude of the variation do not change with the level of a trend. Here in this model, all the components are added. Example for this model is a change in a temperature. Next, we are going to see the multiplicative model. Formula for this model is y equal to t into s into c into I. This model is suitable when the variation changes in a size over a time. Example for this model is a sales during a festival season. Next, we are going to list the methods to measure the trend. There are 4 methods to measure the trend. First one is a freehand or graphical method. Next one, it is a semi-average method, moving average method and a method of least square. Let us conclude our session with a quick summary. Time series is a powerful tool that helps us to find out a trends, pattern and forecast the future values, and we have seen the components of a time series. After that, we have seen the 2 time series model. One is the additive model and a multiplicative model. At last, we have listed the method to measure the trends. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe to the M.O.P classrooms for more videos.